Sorry. Okay. Have you woken up one morning and thought, I should have been further in my career? I've worked really, really hard. There's so much more that I could have done. I feel like I'm stuck. All right. So yes, so here we have people working in different sectors. Um, we've got child protection caseworker who's been working for many years. We've got hairdressers and cosmetologists here. We have ministers, pastors. We have musicians here. We've got um, massage therapists, teachers, principals. We have politicians and security people working in the security field. You may have woken up one morning feeling, is this all? I get up and I go through the same routine every single day, right? I just get up and feel like there's more to my life. I wish there is something I could do to go to the next level of my career. All right. Well, today, what I'm going to share with you is share some of my own experiences and some strategies that will help you position yourself. And we're going to be focusing on transferable skills, or as my great friend Jennifer Williams called them, crossover skills, that how you can harness your skills that you already have to take your career to the next level. All right. So I am not sure if this if this will play on the screen. Anyway, but before we do that, I want to share a little bit about what we do, right? We are the Marketplace Missions Movement. We are, this is a ministry that I've put together with some friends of mine in answer to the call, where God is really looking for people who are out there, Christians especially, who feel like they can use their God given gifts, their talents, their experiences to make a difference in the marketplace. I want to really help people who feel that based on what they know from their experience as a believer, that they can truly make a difference in the marketplace. So while they're fulfilling their purpose, that they can turn things around, they can transform not only their own lives but the lives of people around them, and help them to find their own purpose but live life to their fullest while impacting people for the kingdom of God. This is what our Marketplace Missions Movement is about. And that is part of what drives why we are doing these podcasts and these webinars, because we want to take what God has taught us and teach other people how to do that. All right? So stay tuned. Now, who am I? I am Dr. Stephanie Fletcher-Lartey, as I said before. My name is Stephanie, and I want to talk to you about how I have overcome similar barriers in the marketplace, right? To get myself on the right path to career success. When I came to Australia in 2009 as an environmental health officer to do my PhD, I could not find work as an environmental health inspector. I was a very successful environmental health officer in Jamaica. I'd worked for over 14 years, and I had reached according to Jamaican standards, I was doing really, really, really well. By 2009, I had only graduated in 1994, but by 2009, I was head of one of the regional health organizations, environmental health department. So, according to Jamaican standards, that was really, really great. And I really thank God for those privileges and those opportunities, right? But when I came to Australia as a qualified professional with over 14 years' experience under my belt, I became really frustrated because not only I couldn't get a job into the workforce that I was so familiar with, but because of the changes in the weather, the climate, I got here and it was winter, I started to get sick. I was having all these cramps in my feet, and I started to realize that I was not used to the cold weather. And I was feeling overwhelmed with all the new and strangeness in my environment. One day, I was in so much pain that I actually went to the local hospital. When I went to the hospital, they told me that I needed to pay 105 Australian dollars upfront in order to be seen. You can only imagine how shocked I was. I had worked in public health for 14 years in Jamaica and never had to even fork out a dollar for health treatment. Now I was in so much pain in a foreign country, and I just rocked up at the hospital thinking I was going to get the help that I needed, right? And anyway, they told me that I had to pay, and I didn't have the money. And although I had health insurance, I had to still pay the money upfront and then go back and claim. And I didn't even understand the whole process of doing that. Anyway, it was that day I was sitting there feeling so frustrated. I decided that, you know what? I'm going to draw a line in the sand today. I was determined that I was going to do something to find a decent job that would help me to look after myself. And of course, for those of you who are from overseas, you know that when you're overseas and you have left your responsibilities behind you, you still have to send something back home. Now, I was a student and also, still had my responsibilities. So at this time, I drew the line in the sand and I decided that something had to change. I went to God in prayer and I said, Lord, you need to either show me what to do or give me a way out, but I am not going to sit here and let this new environment overwhelm me. And that was when God showed me that I already had all the skills, the experiences, everything I needed was already inside of me. So this was when God began to start to open my eyes and showed me that you already have some skills. You might not be able to get a job as an environmental health officer, but look at all the skills you have. Who else can use those skills that you have? And I remember speaking to my PhD supervisor at the time, and he said to me, why don't you send your CV to the Faculty of Nursing? And that was when I thought, oh, I'm going to send my CV and I'm going to highlight my research skills. And that was how I landed a huge job. Within a couple of weeks, I got a call from a professor who was looking for a project manager. This was no ordinary job. They needed a project manager for a multi-million Australian dollars clinical trial. They saw my CV and they said, this woman has the skills we're looking for. They didn't care about all this environmental health stuff. They saw that I had experience running research. And I landed a job as a senior project manager. Even my PhD colleagues were shocked because they were just doing tutoring and packing bags at the supermarket. And they were asking me, how did you get that job? So this was basically like the time when I really got my eyes opened that I didn't just have to chase this job that seemed impossible for me. I was able to break through. So my presentation today will share some of the keys that I learned to transform my life using skills that I already have to take my life on an amazing journey around the globe, serving people in multiple countries around the world, helping people along the way as I encounter them to find their own purpose. All right? So bear with me for another couple of minutes. And before I get you into the presentation, I do run a podcast to share a lot of this experience around this, what I'm sharing with you today. So please go to my career, my calling YouTube channel and click the subscribe button. Remember to hit the bell so that whenever we have, new content, you'll be the first to know. Now, what I'm going to share with you today is going to be an overview of strategic positioning. We're going to talk about transferable skills. I'm going to give you an idea of how you can identify these, and I'm going to also tell you how you can position yourself through those skills. All right? Okay. So the first thing is an overview of strategic positioning. Now, strategic positioning is a way of making your business stand out from the rest of other business by offering a better value to your customer. So this whole idea of strategic positioning is a business concept. All right? It's a business concept, and this concept basically helps you to identify how you can gain a competitive edge over other similar businesses or other people who are vying for the same job that you are looking for, so that you can increase your employability. All right? And to achieve the strategical positioning, you need to identify who your target market is and understand their needs, their preferences, and pain points. And the same thing applies to a professional or a worker. If you know which kind of job you're trying to land, which kind of people you really want to hire you, or which field you want to go to, or the type of clients you want to attract to your business, then it's important that you understand that upfront. Then you need to analyze your competitors and find out their strengths, their weaknesses and opportunities and threats. And you need to understand that in order so that when you are going out there, you can identify what is your specific value that you bring to this field that you are coming into. You want to then be able to use that information to define your unique value proposition, right? What is it that I am offering you that makes me stand out from the rest? Why should you hire me? If why is it that you will find 6 or 7 different people with the same skills, but what makes me stand out from this bunch that gives me that competitive advantage? But it doesn't end there. You must be able to communicate your value proposition. You need to be able to explain to someone why me, why choose me. And when you go into interviews, sometimes they will ask you this question. So why should you be the person that we choose to get this job? And now you must be able to communicate that clearly and consistently to the people you want to hire you, or to the market, the target market, whether through your branding, through your marketing, or your customer service as a business. But as a professional, you need to be able to have that track record, and you need to be able to explain that to people, that I am the best person for this job because not only am I bringing these specific skills that you need, but I'm bringing added value because of my experience doing X, Y, and Z. All right. And then, of course, you must have a way of monitoring your performance. How am I doing? What have I done in the past? So you'll be able to put some of this information on your curriculum vitae or your resume to explain what you have achieved. And it's important that you are doing this. All right. So I'm going to take you through some of the ways in which you can do this. All right. So what are transferable skills? So we understand that the strategic positioning is to get us before the right people. It's to get us in a mindset and a frame of mind where we are going to sell what we have, or be able to communicate effectively our value proposition. And if you're just joining us, we're talking about how we can use our transferable or crossover skills to strategically position ourselves to to share our value with our audience, right? So, so individuals can position themselves to stand out from others by offering better value to their employers or their customers. Your transferable skills are the skills that you can use in different jobs and industry, regardless of your specific role or field. I'm going to say that again, but if you are just joining us, please tell us where you're joining us from. Drop a comment in the chat and let us know where you are joining us from. You can position yourself to stand out from among the crowd, right? By identifying your transferable skills that you can use not just in this one job, but across multiple jobs, multiple positions in different industries, regardless of your specific role or field. They are valuable because they show your potential and your adaptability, right, to employers who are looking for candidates with a diverse and versatile skill set. And let me tell you, people are looking for diversity and adaptability. And what these transferable skills do, they empower you to navigate, the career shifts. They help to contribute effectively to helping you land that dream job. It gives you that competitive advantage, that competitive edge in an ever-changing job landscape, right? In an environment where so many industries are failing, many new industries are emerging, and now we're in the digital age. You need to know what skills you have that are going to help you to always have something to do and to be able to um, be paid for the value that you bring to your workplace. So, why are transferable skills so valuable, you may ask me? Well, transferable skills are valuable, yeah, because of various reasons. So, firstly, it's the versatility, right? When you have transferable skills, they show that you are versatile and your skills can be applied across various roles or industries. They allow you to adapt to different work environments. They they allow you to make yourself a valuable asset regardless of your specific job title. The second thing it does is give you career mobility. As you progress through your career, you may switch jobs or industries. So for me, as I said, I started out as an environmental health officer. My current role is senior research and evaluation manager. Before this, I was an advisor to a whole government. Before that, I was a program manager. Before that, I was head of a infectious disease unit, right? Even though if you ask me what my profession is, I will tell you that I am an epidemiologist. But when I go out there, I can take what I have and land a job because of the skills I have, right? So when you have transferable skills, they ensure a smoother transition by providing a solid foundation. All right. For example, if you have great communication skills, you can use those skills anywhere you are. If your communication is effective, you can land a job in any field. The next thing it does is provide job market competitiveness. Employers are always looking for candidates who have diverse skills. These skills set you apart from other people, and they show that you can contribute more effectively and handle diverse responsibilities. So, for example, if you have leadership skills, then you may be able to land a managerial position, right? Recently, I was talking to one of my sister-in-laws, and she was going for a job as a receptionist. And I said to her, I bet you that within a short time, they're going to promote you and give you a managerial role. And I believe it was her first week on the job. She went to work and they said, "You're not just a receptionist. You are more, you've got so much more." And they promoted her instantly and gave her greater responsibilities because of those transferable skills that she had. The diversity of her skills gave her that advantage of getting a promotion within a couple of weeks or days of being in a new position. Transferable skills provide resilience, right? We're in a very dynamic job market and roles are evolving. You know, things are changing every single day. But these transferable skills help you to stay relevant. They help you, they help you right? To face unexpected shifts or unexpected um, changes in your field. There might be automation of processes that you're not familiar with, right? These transferable skills help you to position yourself, right? Welcome to those of you who are joining us. We're talking about transferable or crossover skills and how these skills can help you position yourself in the marketplace. Welcome, Rian from Trinidad and Tobago. We talk about lifelong learning. Transferable skills encourage continuous learning. As you acquire these new skills, they are giving you a more competitive advantage. They are enhancing your existing skills, but this allows you to be more adaptable as well as you face the world. And of course, transferable skills give you that ability to be able to solve complex problems. All right? I hope this is making sense to you all. If you are really enjoying this, if it's making sense, please drop in the chat. Yes, I'm getting this. All right. As I take you to an example of what transferable skills. Come on, guys. I want to know that you are here with me and that you are engaging. Please let me know if you are still here with me. Type in the chat. Let me know that this is making sense and you're enjoying this. So, some examples of transferable skills are communication. Communication skills is the ability to express yourself clearly, both verbally and in writing, as well as to listen and respond. Yeah? Communication skills are essential for any role in any position, whether you are junior staff or a senior staff. It helps you to interact with others. And it is always good for roles such as customer service, sales, marketing, teaching, coaching, doing what I'm doing. You're able to communicate with people effectively. Then you have the problem solving skills. That is the ability to find solutions to complex or challenging problems using logic and creativity, analytical thinking. Problem solving skills are useful for any role that involves dealing with uncertainty, change, conflict. Yes. And as we see with the changing world, these skills are becoming more and more valuable, right? Then the next really amazing skill is teamwork. This is the ability to work with others. Yes, your ability to work with others, to collaborate, to share, um, to support common goals. They are important because it involves working with other people or in a group. Teamwork is essential for projects. If you're a project manager works best when they are working with other people as a team. So if you are really good at being a good team player, you can operate in almost anywhere and people will teach you the right skills. Now, please let me know you're still here. Give us a like or an emoji or something. Just say, I'm still here. All right? Okay? So that was communication skills, problem solving skills, teamwork skills. What are the next skills? The learning skills, right? Learning skills. Now, somebody might think, is learning a skill? Of course it is. Do you know how many people struggle to acquire knowledge and new skills? If you have the ability to learn new skills and abilities very quickly, that is a learning skill. You are quick. Somebody will say, boy, this person is really tech savvy, right? Oh, this person grabs new concepts very easily. That's a learning skill. All right. So if you are able to learn quickly, you are one of the best candidates for changing roles or changing industries, because you will just need a couple of hours or a couple of days of someone showing you how to do something and you will grasp it very, very quickly. All right. It's vital for any role that requires continuous improvement, innovation, adaptation, and roles such as research or design, right? And you can do that in any industry. The next one is critical thinking. And let me tell you, when you're a critical thinker, you will get the big bucks, because this is the kind of skill that takes you to those senior levels in your job. If you have the ability to evaluate or to synthesize information, to summarize that in digestible bite-sized pieces, you are able to communicate that, and you add that with your communication skills, then you are able to think deeply about an issue, right? So you are able to ensure that a product or an idea or a policy is thoroughly conceptualized. That is a great skill. And the next one is adaptability skill, right? This is the ability to quickly adapt to new situations. And I think that speaks for itself. If you're adaptable and you're not only comfortable entering unfamiliar environments like me, right? And facing new challenges, let me tell you, people will hire you. If you want to do the stuff that I've done, you want to travel around the world, you want to live in places like Solomon Islands, off the beaten track, you are living in very humble circumstances, but you're working at the highest level of your game, and you can do that comfortably. You're not complaining about the bad roads and the potholes or the fact that rain falls every other day, and you go show up to work with a smile on your face. Let me tell you, I will hire you, because that's the kind of people that these global leaders look for. All right? Let me jump along quickly, and we're coming down. All right? Bear with me. Attention to detail. This is the ability to assure the quality of the finer aspects of a project. If you exhibit a refined attention to detail and you are able to focus on the minute, crucial aspects of a project or a product that many other people overlook, you are golden. People love that. And then, of course, we're talking about the last two I'll mention are the more managerial and leadership skills. If you have management is the ability to effectively handle other people and processes, such as times and plans. If you are someone who is systematic, yeah, if you are systematic in your thinking and you can follow routine, you can plan, you can lead, you can get people to produce results, that's a great skill to have. Beg your pardon, I think I didn't advance my slide, right? Management is critical. So you are able to fix mistakes, you are able to identify issues and lead people to do that. That is great skill to have. And of course, my final one that I mentioned is the leadership skill. Leadership is the ability to inspire and motivate and guide other people. You are able to take initiative. You are able to make decisions and take responsibilities for things that go wrong and when they go well. Because the managers, they want the results, but oftentimes they don't necessarily lead. Managers, they will get the results at all cost, but a leader will hold your hand. They will show you the way. They will mentor you. They will encourage you. They will motivate you. They will lead from in front. They will go up there. They will face the giant before you, and they will show you the way. This is a kind of skill that is very rare. Many people can manage, but few people can lead. All right? So, having said all of this, now I've highlighted what the transferable skills are, and this is not the whole lot. These are just some of the high level top ones that are cross cutting, right? You have you have other skills like the personal ones, right? The soft skills, yeah, empathy and so on. You're able to coach and so on. Some of those softer skills, right? But I'm just giving you an overview of some of the big ones, right? Strategic positioning through transferable skill is the process of using those skills that are relevant and applicable across many or multiple different industries or roles to get your competitive advantage. So today, as we go through this, I want you to start to think, I've been feeling stuck in my role for so long, and I've been thinking that I can't do anything. For example, you're a caseworker. What are the skills that you have as a caseworker? Drop them in the chat for me. What are some of the key skills that a caseworker has? Yeah, please drop those in the chat. If you are a coach, what are some of the skills that a coach has? You are a teacher. What are some of those key skills that teachers have? As a massage therapist, what are some of the key skills that you have? As a cosmetologist, beautician, hairdresser, tell me what are some of the key skills that you have. As an evangelist, as a pastor, drop in the chat what are some of the key skills you have, right? And as you begin to think about your skills, let us know, right? What are some of those key? Yeah, as you begin to think about that, begin to think, oh, what are the skills? Jennifer says communication skills are essential. A Jamaican mother's perspective says directing and coordinating. Yes, multiple businesses need people to be able to direct and coordinate stuff. If you're able to organize things, that's great, right? Come on, guys, I'm not hearing you. Let me know what are the key skills. What are some of the skills you have based on the field that you work in? Drop that in the chat for me wherever you are, which platform you're on. Because when you identify and highlight your transferable skills, then you will be able to more effectively demonstrate the value that you bring. Yes, you will be able to demonstrate the value that you bring and the potential that you have so that your future or immediate employers, right, who are looking for candidates with diverse and adaptable skills will choose you. Yeah. So some of the skills that are coming out: creativity, problem solving, communication, empathy. But you are also able to document, right? As a caseworker, one of the things you have to do is to make notes, to capture stories. What if you could use that ability to capture stories, to use it in critical thinking and analyzing data? For example, as a researcher, one of the things I do is something called a systematic review. I'm able to take information from multiple publications and summarize that into strategic content that leaders and policymakers need to guide their programs and their policies. And I know that people who do casework are really, really great at using those skills, right? So we see listening skills. Yes, amazing one. Research, that's amazing, right? Using initiative. Yes. Initiative is very important to leaders, right? And if you want to get promotion, I think that's one of the things that has been one of my great assets, my ability to take initiative and to step out. I love to put my hand up. And even as a junior worker, even back in my roles in Jamaica, my managers used to love the fact that I was always the first one to put my hand up, yeah, and say, yes, I'll give this a try. And you know what happened to me when I did that? I learned a lot of new skills, right? So to bring this home, I want to show you how do you strategically position yourself through transferable skills. Before I do that, please be reminded that this content that I'm sharing here, I also share some of this on my podcast. We build on this. We share great quality material on my Career, My Calling podcast channel on YouTube. And if you really enjoying this, I'm asking you to make sure you subscribe to that podcast channel so you can get more content like this, right? Yes, Nicolette is saying compassion, patience, and understanding are some of the skills that she has. Now, how do you strategically position yourself? Through transferable skills. Francis is saying, I was a community service worker and I turned up to be now a politician and a community leader. Yes, because Francis identified that as a community service worker, he had some skills. Maybe he had that management skill, that leadership skill. He was able to help communities understand. He was able to help them identify their needs. He was able to identify issues in the community and work with communities to solve their problems. He was able to use that initiative, maybe find some solutions to problems. And people listened to him because they saw the leadership skills in him. And now He is now a politician because he has already demonstrated that he has the ability to use those skills, right, to empower communities and to make a difference. Marcia is also saying she has administrative skills. She has communication, organizing, coordinating, problem solving, critical thinking, evaluation. And Marcia is a principal because she has all these skills from working as a school teacher, her creativity, record keeping, strategic planning, research, implementation, empathy. She is able to use those to go to the next level of not just being a classroom teacher or a subject coordinator to running an institution, right? Francis is saying he used to volunteer with the Red Cross, and those provide skills in emergencies. As an emergency volunteer, you learn how to think on your toes. You learn how to be empathetic and compassionate. All right? So, how do we translate these skills that we have? Three quick points, and I'm going to wrap this up. First thing, you need to understand your transferable skills, and I hope you're making some notes. You must understand these skills, right? Human resource professionals, they evaluate people with with linear career pathways. So when you apply for a job, sorry, um, so do you So when you are preparing to translate your transferable skills, all right, you need to identify what these skills are. That's where I was, right? You can do this by reviewing your past experiences. So your education, your work, your volunteer, your hobbies. And remember, everything you do contributes. So don't think that the volunteering that you did, like Francis was a volunteer with Red Cross, and he developed so many skills from working internationally as a Red Cross volunteer, right? So this was really, really helpful. All right. So you have to first identify your transferable skills. Then you are able to use these skills to identify the skills you have used or those that you have developed in different situations. And you have to write them down, right? You have to also select the ones that are most relevant and applicable to your desired industry, right? You must identify your transferable skill. And how you identify them, get out a piece of paper and begin to write them down. Write them down. Think about all the things you have done, all the training you have done, all the volunteer roles you have played, all the hobbies or your work. And begin for each of those, begin to think about which skill did I use or which skill did I develop in that role. Secondly, you want to highlight them. You can do this by creating a resume and a cover letter that showcases your transferable skills using concrete examples of your achievement. You can also use your online platforms, something like LinkedIn. If you are a professional or you are doing any kind of business, please make sure you have a LinkedIn profile. If you have a personal website, that's great. But LinkedIn is a platform for professionals, and this will give you that opportunity to connect with other people. Connect with other people. All right? It's important to do that we are connecting with other people. Make sure that you connect with people on LinkedIn using your LinkedIn profile. Then you also, thirdly, market your transferable skills. You can do this by networking with people in your target industry or attending events or workshops related to your field. And you also can use your get on social media. Find groups on social media that are doing similar things to what you are doing and connect with them. You can learn from other people. All right? So, how do you strategically position yourself? You're going to identify your transferable skills. So you have a session where you sit down and you write this down. you're going to highlight your transferable skill. And then now you need to market them. And this is where your LinkedIn profile can become very useful. Use your LinkedIn profile to market your skills, because now a lot of employers or people who are looking for candidates, they go on LinkedIn and they read your profile. If you have a LinkedIn profile like me, oftentimes LinkedIn will show me jobs and it will say, you are in the top 1% for this job. Oftentimes I get people emailing me and saying, look, we saw your profile on LinkedIn. We're not sure if you're looking for a new job, but we would love to interview you and have a chat with you about this exciting role coming up. I got a role as an advisor for the Department of Foreign Affairs overseas program in Australia, as an advisor to their health program overseas, because somebody found my CV, they found my LinkedIn profile, and they thought this is the person that I'm looking for. All right? So now you've identified them. The next thing is to you must now translate these skills. How do you translate them? You must first understand how your skills translate, right? Because HR professionals, they always look at your career trajectory. Most HR professionals are wired that way. It becomes a disadvantage because you are not the typical candidate, and that might make some employers wary. However, nowadays you have some really switched on people that will look beyond the fact that you have changed industries or whatever. But what they will look at your skills, and they will look at how you have been applying those skills in different areas, and those skills that set you apart. It doesn't matter, right? For example, again, myself, I started my career as an environmental health officer. The last time I worked as an environmental health officer was in 2009, when I resigned my job in Jamaica. But I came to Australia, and I already shared that I got my first job as a project manager, because they saw that through my environmental role, I was managing budgets. And then they saw roles where I had coordinated research. I was training, and they said, oh, this person has that managerial experience, and they also have the research experience. We want them, right? You also need to connect the dots for the recruiters. You need to show the recruiters or the interviewer why your skills are valuable. Yeah? Show them why your skills are valuable, and that is going to help you to clear the toughest hurdle. So when you go for that interview and you say to them, I am the best candidate for this job because not only am I bringing my 10 years of experience working in XY industry, but in that industry, I honed my skill as a community service worker to understand the needs of the community. I understand problem solving. I understand critical thinking. And I am a leader because I've gotten results. I've gotten people to solve problems. I've found solutions for problems. That will get you the job. And the last thing I want to say is remove your industry specific jargon. As a health worker, I talk a lot of health related jargon, but I have learned to take the health related jargon out of, or the epidemiological jargon out of the work that I do when I'm speaking to people outside of the health industry. So instead of speaking that specific jargon for your industry, the words that relate specific to the industry, use a generic word that says the same thing. All right? They can be hindrances if you want to change careers. So you have to keep the message simple, focus on your skills and how they can benefit the industry. And of course, finally, if you have enjoyed what we are saying, yeah? If you have enjoyed what we're saying today, and this is helping you, I would love to offer you my free strategy session, a free strategy session for anyone who would love to get more information around this. If that is you, I want you to type, yes, I want this in the chat. And then you know how to contact me. You can find, yeah, you can contact me via, sorry, you can go to market the missions movement place page on Facebook, or you can email me at um, Arite Pro Consult, or you can use the Steph Jewels Music at Gmail email address. All right. All right. All right. So you can contact if you really would love to get this. If you want this, please, email me at Steph Jewels Music, or yeah, and we can. All right. So in summary, the message is clear. In summary, the message is clear. Neither employees nor employers should underestimate the value of transferable skills. These can increase your workplace productivity, right? This can it, um, you become increasingly valuable in the marketplace, and it offers an opportunity for job seekers to stand out, right? So now that you have a thorough understanding of this, why your skills are valuable to employers and how you can use them in your life, it's time to highlight them on your resume. Make sure you go to your resume and you highlight those skills. Use your soft skills to strategically position you and your business for the future. Whatever you do next, just remember that you likely already have a wide range of skills that will be valuable in your next workplace as they are in your daily life today. And this can help you go to the next level of your career. I want to say thank you for joining us. Thank you for listening today.